I'll tell you, the more I keep waking up to things, it's not good. It's kind of overwhelming at this point because, anyway, this was an email sent to me on March 15th, 2024 by my first attorney. Her name is Nike O'Malley. And when I went into these, when you look at this, there's no file stamping on here. None of these are, well, that's not, I should say. Some of them are. Okay, so that was from the first one. Okay, that's file stamped. That's not. And of course, when I opened this, when I got the file, I didn't even recognize, oh, wait a minute, this should be file stamped. You just don't know. I'm not an attorney. I've never been through something like this before. And I know, when this first happened, for a long time, I was really in shock. I was just in la-la land, just fighting to survive. I'm not kidding. Didn't know what to do. All these illegal things were happening, things that weren't right, that I knew in my gut and by law that you can't just do that kind of thing. But when you have a bunch of people telling you, oh, this is normal, my daughter's guardian ad litem was oh, yeah, this is just normal. That's how it always goes. I'm like, what? You have a bunch of people telling you that, you start to question your own reality. It's horrible. It's abusive. Well, look at this. Nothing is stamped. Not nothing, some of them are. I'm sure I'm very clear about my language. Look at this. 23 pages, and there's just one, I think. There's a stamp on it. Yeah, here, this one. You gotta ask yourself, what's going on here? Okay, so that was 25, right? Oop. Okay. It's 25, so let's do 26. First one stamped, okay, February 13th. This is for February 13th. Yeah, that was adjudication. The proposed stipulation's already in there. I didn't have any say-so. I can show you. She filed paperwork, this first attorney, on February 8th, 2024, which was people that I said that, I wanted to bring to go to trial to fight this. She filed all that, sent it to me, oh, I filed this for you. And then myself and a couple of my friends showed up on that day to go to trial, and she's like, oh, no, we just don't do that. And here it is right here. That's it. That's what she filed on February 8th, 2024. So when she sent that to me with all these witnesses and stuff, and a couple of the witnesses on here were with me, and we showed up, and they're like, well, yeah, we didn't get a subpoena. Well, you just don't know, right? You don't know. You don't know until you know. And then okay, so what's the difference between that one and these? I don't know. I have 2 copies in there. But look at this. Nothing's stamped. This is my attorney sending me my file that she had. Nothing was stamped. Okay, now we'll go to 20. And we'll go to 6. I did 27. I did 25, 26. I'll do 27. It's insane. Okay, that's stamped. Motion for review. I feel like such an idiot because I didn't even know to really look for the file stampings. You just feel like such an idiot. She's supposed to be my attorney. That's know the law, know what's going on, and you put your trust in these people, and they screw you over, and you're like, oh my gosh, and then you don't really know until after. It just dawned on me. I'm like, you know what? Let me go back to those files that O'Malley sent me and see if they have stampings on them from something else that I just was dealing with. So scary. Truly, it's scary. No judge's signature either. So maybe these were the proposed items? I don't know. And of course, I can't, all the people who screwed me over, I can't talk to them. There's an order in place, all the people who had any involvement in this, they documented and said that there's a civil no contact order. I can't contact them. I'm like, oh, great. That's nice, right? So all the questions I have, they're just, they pile up, and it's really becoming very overwhelming at this point because I have so many questions. There's so many things that I want to know that happened, that didn't happen, that, I just want to know the truth about my own case. God forbid, right? It's so wrong. All right, we're going to do 27, 28. It's really taking its toll, I'm telling you. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of, it's a lot. Okay, so this is, it's not stamped. This is 911 communications. It's not stamped or signed. Interesting. They're saying that they have all these like records of police calls, or the police activity, and that came obviously from Red and Martha because this is November 20th, right? That petition was filed on November 6th, and all that information was coming from Martha and Red, and I know that they were the ones calling 911. So it's interesting how all the information about who, what, why, when, where, like when you really dig through it and you look at the times and the dates, well, I guess it's hard for people to like know all that. I know all that, but you know who was doing what. If they knew how many 911 calls were made, then it was obviously them doing it, right? If she hadn't gotten the discovery yet from 911 communications, or maybe, maybe, I don't know. I still don't know. I'm telling you, it's so frustrating. But still, I didn't think it was that many times because, but again, they didn't talk to the police officers about what they saw. The people who were reporting what happened were people who were not anywhere near us. Martha in Montana, Katie and Emily in other countries and other states, and Red and Emma, they weren't anywhere around us, so how would they know what was happening at my house? All these things about like me locking my daughter out, and like none of that happened. And us like brawling out with what they made it seem like we're like, screaming and yelling at each other out in the parking lot. That wasn't happening at all. At all. But they were able to rewrite history based on, I guess, whatever DSS told them. I don't know. My guess is as good as yours, right? Not stamped, not stamped. Oops. Uh-oh, what'd I do? There you go, okay. That's stamped with a different stamp. Jeez Louise, I'm telling you. Oh, that's got a judge's signature on there, okay. It's not Huck's. I'm telling you, man. Novant. So this was when, this is 11/21. Oh, to produce by 11/21, 11/16. And I know from Novant, they sent nothing. So when you see that, there's in the file, there's like, it says records from Novant and it's blank. That's exactly what they received, nothing. But I gave them all the records. And Novant's not where I guess I went to, my primary care used to be there like years and years and years ago. I think it stopped in 2018 when Maura went to Novant. She went to Matthews Township, Novant Pediatrics, but I didn't. So here they are requesting things from Novant, and of course Novant, even if it did come back with records, it's not going to have anything for me because I didn't go there. There was, there's Atrium, but I went to through my health insurance through Cigna on like on the computer. The MD, I think it's called MD Live or whatever. Yeah. So, of course, they're not going to have any records for that. My therapy, none of that. It's going to be in my records that way because I didn't go there. But, of course, they didn't talk to me, so they didn't know that. Or they were strategically doing this. Or it's a strategic thing. Oh, see, Kelly's not going to the doctor because that was the whole narrative of the whole thing. She's not taking her medicine. She's not going to the doctor. She's not in therapy. So when they do this kind of thing, it's absolutely going to show what they wanted to show, but they're doing it strategically to misrepresent facts. That's stamped and signed. But again, they're getting things, oh boy. This is really frustrating. That's not. It's almost like they only stamped some things. They didn't stamp other things. Like, what were they doing? I would love to know. This is so frustrating. I deserve to know it's not signed. I deserve to know what happened in my own case. I deserve to know why they did certain things, why they didn't. I deserve to have representation. I mean, they appointed me this representation. This was the representation I got. I guess beggars can't be choosers, but at the same time, this is not even minimum. Let's go to the last one. Here's 28. I think that's the last one. And then she didn't send me this until like 2 weeks later, which I always thought was odd, because let me go back to the top. Like, what's the delay? You know, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions. Oop, maybe like that. There we go. There's a subpoena, 911 communications. Any and all emergency information. 617 Gilderland, please forward records on or before, okay. Mother, father, we didn't live there. Never did. On or before November 20th. Weird. And then that December 1st 911 call. These people, this was a setup. I'm not kidding. You know, you have my sisters calling, Mark calling, all pretending like there's like this huge emergency going on at my condo on December 1st when I just went there to get paper. Martha's like on the, you know, they're asking her yes, no questions on the phone, like she's in danger, and you could hear me. I'm not even near her. I'm like in the back bedroom asking her where things are. She just didn't want to tell me. But I guess it screwed up their plan. I don't know. It's assumptions, but it just seems so planned out. Like, yeah, if we do this move, this is probably going to be a response from Kelly that's not so good. You know, like kicking her out, not telling her anything. It's almost like, I don't know. It feels, I remember saying to my uncle one time, like, I feel like I'm in a government experiment. Like, are they like, you know, doing like some kind of like mind fuckery or whatever? Like, it nothing makes sense and nobody will tell me anything. It's just horrible. But when you do that to someone, you're going to get a response from them, I can assure you. It's not cool to kick someone out of their house and have them spending all their money, and when they say to you, like, look, I'm disabled, I can't afford this, then you document it as a disturbing conversation. That's exactly what Jody Livingood did. Because I guess Martha was telling her that, like, that was my childhood home and I was been flopping there. That's not what was happening. But it's so sad. It's so sad. Poor Maura. I can only imagine what my daughter has witnessed. That's not signed by a judge. To appoint the guardian ad litem. Jeez Louise. Is incompetent. It's not signed. It's like they had this all set up. It's so horrible. It's not signed. It always felt like that. I'm going to tell you, it felt like that from the beginning. I'm like, it doesn't matter what I say or do or want to present or anything. It's like, if it doesn't meet their narrative, they don't want to hear it. And that's like not fair, because they were wrong about a lot of things, really wrong. They're hearing things from people who were not involved in our life. They didn't know the full situation. And even things that they should have had access to, like the 2021 charge and the year of probation after it, like, they should have known things were different than how they presented them in this case. As they're saying methamphetamine and all that shit. No, Of course, they didn't present either that I was on supervised probation for an entire year after that charge and passed all the drug tests and stuff. So, and did a drug test for them right after it happened, because the police did want to make sure that Maura was safe and that, you know, that methamphetamine wasn't mine. For DSS, I'm talking about. I did a drug test for them right away. So sad. This is really wrong. It's half a page, whatever this is. It's not even the full thing. Page 3, you see? It's like C, it's not the end. This is the representation I got from Maura Nike O'Malley. This is the file that she sent me in March, way into the case, right before she was about to withdraw. So, it's terrible. And she was so, the crazy thing is, like, she was so fine about the withdrawal. I mean, I've been witnesses when I said to her, you know, I showed her that little green book that is published by the Department of Health and Human Services, showing like what the parents' rights are. I'm like, look, I'm not getting these rights. She's like, oh, that's me, I'll withdraw. I'm like, okay, good. And then she comes back later and says, I followed her to her home. I don't even know where her freaking home is. It's ridiculous. Talk about drama. And she's a movie star, I guess, so that's what you get. But this is wrong.